So what happens after you receive the interview letter? This is how the interview letter looks like. Yeah. So basically, you then need to prepare for the interview so that you're able to answer all the questions. And please note that this video is for immigrant visa, especially the spousal visa, because each visa category has different questions and different way of prepping. Yeah. So this is specifically me taking you through my process for the spousal visa for the US citizens or spouses of US citizens. So definitely once you receive the interview letter, you've already done the medicals. I think you've already watched the medical video. If you haven't, please go watch so you can now proceed because it's a series. So now let's proceed to the next step of prepping for the interview itself now at the embassy. So you can see over here we have, please read and follow all interview preparation instructions located on the Department of State's website at. So you just click that. So this will take you to this website, travel.state.gov. And this is where you can see immigrant visa process. So this sort of like gives you the chart of the entire process. I'm trying to enlarge this. Okay, so I am the applicant, my husband is the petitioner. So you can see the colors. It gives you who needs to do what. So interview preparation, that's what we're doing. So prepare for the interview, schedule and complete a medical examination. I've already done that. Okay, so register for courier service and other pre-interview instructions. I've already done that. And now I'm at number 3, gather documents required for the interview. That's what I'm doing now. So every visa applicant, no matter their age, must bring certain documents to the interview, including photographs and the original or certified copy versions of all civil documents submitted to NVC. You do not need to bring your affidavit of support or financial evidence you submitted to NVC. I don't take their word for it. So I'm definitely gonna carry, and I think you should too. Like with America, don't give them any reasons to put you on AP or administrative processing. What happens if you forget to bring something on this list? The consular officer will not be able to complete the processing of your visa. You'll have to gather the missing items and provide them to the embassy or consulate, and may have to come for additional interviews. Failure to bring all items on the above list can delay visa issuance. Okay. So now let me show you the documents that you need. I've created a list based on my research and also the interviews that other people who are in the same group with that have the people who have gone before me. That's what I'm going to show you. So the first thing you do is bring the ID, original and photocopy. Then this is for the applicant. So I am the applicant. So it means my husband is filing for me. I am the applicant. My husband is the petitioner. You bring passport. So my passport, interview letter. Interview letter is what I've just shown you. 2x2 pics. Please make sure you stick to these pictures recommendations. They're very strict on that. DS260 confirmation page. If you don't have it, I'll show you where to get it. This is the page that you received after you filed your DS260. Now this might be a long time ago because mine I did it almost 18 months ago. All right, so some may forget. Even me, I had a challenge getting it, but I'll show you where to get that. And then birth certificate, your birth certificate of course, and then your marriage certificate. Okay. And then for the petitioner, that's the one who is filing, the American citizen in this case, so American green card holder. I-864, this is the affidavit of support. You need to bring this because a lot changes. Like for us, we waited for an interview for 18 months. So within those 18 months, you could have a new baby, you could change address, you could change jobs. So you need to update that. Proof of citizenship for the guy or for the sponsor or for the petitioner. So you can of course bring his passport, proof of domicile. So this you can do is driver's license or any bills that have been paid. Then pay stub if you have. Tax returns, this is very critical. Tax returns, bring for the latest 3 years. So for me, since I'm going for my interview in 2024 and 2023 tax returns are not yet out, then I'll do 2020, 2021 and 2022. So 2023 will not be in my list because then we don't have them. Tax return transcript. So someone might ask, do I need to bring tax return and still bring tax return transcript? And the answer is, honey, yes. With American embassy, I keep telling people you'd rather have everything and they don't ask for it, other than you don't have and they ask. Very embarrassing. and then W2 for the same years as well. A joint sponsor, this is really not applicable to all of us or to everyone. This is only so that people you find your husband wants to bring you or your spouse wants to bring you, but they don't make enough. So the American government is not against you coming, but they always want someone else to take up the responsibility of taking care of you. So you're not the state burden when you get there. So this is where the joint sponsor comes in. So it could be anybody who is willing to do that for you. And then additional documents that you're bringing to the interview: photo album. This is to show you pictures, memories. Take the important memories. Yeah, chat logs. Just do screenshots of each year if you've been waiting for a while. So do screenshots of each year. So for us, it's 3 years. I've been in this process for 3 years. So for all those 3 years, I'm taking like 2 or 3 screenshots of that just to show them that yes, we've been consistently talking and the relationship is active. And then the other thing is call logs. Yeah, just to show that you guys have been talking. Applicant education documents. I don't know if this is very important, but if you, I mean, you have them, so just carry medical records. And this also includes whatever it is you got from IOM, the medical appointment that you went for. So carry that. There's some that are sent directly to the embassy, but you can always carry what they give you. So that's the first thing. Let me show you another one. Okay. So you can see if you check all these things, they're all related. They all have one thing in common. So interview checklist, the things you need to bring to the embassy: copy of NVC interview letter, an expired passport valid 6 months beyond your intended date of entry to the US, copy of passport biographic page, 2 color photographs, 5x5 or 2" by 2". Confirmation page from DST60, confirmation page of your online selection of delivery address to return your passport. This is DHL. I think I've shown you in the previous video. That's what I'm saying. First watch the previous video of how to prepare for the interview, and then come watch this one. That way you can be able to flow. That's how the series is flowing. All right. Original birth certificate and copy, medical exam results in sealed envelope. We were not given this. It's sent directly to the embassy, so you don't need to carry this. Appropriate I-864 affidavit of support for each financial sponsor. Okay, this is if you're using a joint sponsor as well, but if it's just one, the petitioner, to just carry one. Okay, and it has to be updated. Please make sure you update it. Photocopy of the sponsor's IRS transcript or most recent US federal tax income. So for me, I said 2020 all the way to 2022. That's all I'll use. Tax return transcript and wage and income transcript. So these are W2s. You can see W2. Then proof of US petitioner status and domicile in the US. So here you can use the domicile. We said is the same thing as the previous one. Just use a license, driver's license. He could also get a letter from his or her employer to say that yes, they've been employed and they work in America, stuff like that. Just to show that they live in America. And it has to be 5 years. They ought to have lived there for 5 years by the time you're going to your interview. Evidence of relationship between petitioner and visa applicant: photographs, letters, emails. This is where you put all your shenanigans, all your lovey-dovey things. Then original marriage certificate and a copy, original divorce decree and a copy. That is if each of you have been divorced before. And I like that this is here, original police clearance. This is very crucial for the applicant to bring. Whichever countries you've lived in, you need at least police clearance from all of them if you've lived in a country for more than 6 months. Yeah. So for me, I've not lived outside Kenya, so it's just going to be the Kenyan police clearance certificate. So that was not in the first one, but it's very critical. Let's look at another checklist. Let's look at this one. You see what it has. So are you ready for your upcoming visa interview? Pre-interview checklist and reminders. Bring the following documents on the day of your interview. You can see this is very well done. So this is something I just picked from the internet, US Embassy, Manila, Philippines. You can see this is all sort of the same thing. Yeah. So the first thing, DS260 confirmation page. That's also very common. It's, now it's 3 times, appearing 3 times in the checklist. Valid passport with valid US visa if applicable. So I don't have that. 2 pictures of a 2x2 photos with a white background. Birth certificate issued by PSO. That's, I think, their body. Marriage certificate, proof of marriage termination for you. So still on the interview preparation, I've shown you the documents that you need, but this is just from my research. So it's also good to just confirm from the embassy where you're gonna have your interview. They always have a provision for that as well. So you just click there on your interview letter, yeah? And then you choose the embassy where you're gonna have your interview. So these are all has all the US embassies in the world. So mine is gonna be in Nairobi. So just click Nairobi and you can see it gives me this US Embassy Nairobi, Kenya. Please follow the steps below before your immigrant visa interview at the US Embassy Nairobi, Kenya. Register your appointment online. I already did that. If you haven't, you just click register like I showed you earlier. Then schedule a medical exam. I already did that. And then complete your pre-interview checklist. So this is what you click. So just click on that to see according to the Nairobi Embassy what they need you to bring. So pre-interview checklist, please use the list below to determine the items that the applicant must bring to the immigrant visa interview. Any documents that are not in English must be accompanied by a certified English translation. Because in Kenya we have people who speak Somali, we have people who speak Swahili as well. So they need a copy of your NVC interview letter. They need an expired passport valid 6 months, 2 colored photographs, confirmation page from the DS260, confirmation page from your online selection of a delivery address to return your passport. I already showed you this. If you've not watched my previous videos, please watch so you can follow this properly. They need the original birth certificate, translated in English as well, and a photocopy. If you are born in Somalia, you must present an affidavit of birth sworn by 2 people and notarized. Birth certificate issued in Somalia will not be accepted. This is because Somalis also do their interviews in Nairobi and quite a number of countries. I know Uganda, Burundi, South Sudan, like almost 6 countries. Then they need medical examination results in a sealed envelope if the physician gives you these results. Me, I was not given, so that's not relevant to me. Original or certified copies of birth certificate for all children of the principal applicant. So I need to carry my son's birth certificate. Applicants who fall into any category below should bring these additional documents. For family-based visa applicants, the appropriate form I-864 affidavit of support for each financial sponsor, along with a photocopy of the sponsor's IRS transcript or most recent US federal income tax return and any relevant W-2s. You see, the W-2s is being mentioned, tax transcript is being mentioned, and tax returns. Okay. So proof of your US petitioner status and domicile in the United States. And then evidence of the relationship between the petitioner and visa applicant, such as photographs, letters, or emails. If you're married, your original marriage certificate and a photocopy. The other thing is about the Somalis. If you're previously married, your original divorce or spouse death certificate. And then if you're older than 18 years of age, the original police certificate from your country of current residence and countries of previous residence. If these 3 items are all true, you must bring a more recent police certificate to the interview. You are older than 18 years of age, you obtained a police certificate more than 1 year ago, and you still live in the country that issued the police certificate. Okay, so I got the latest. If you have refugee status, I don't have refugee status. For employment-based visa application, a letter from your US employer dated less than 1 month ago. If you have ever been convicted of a crime, not applicable. If you have served in any country's military, not applicable. If you are adopted, not applicable. If you are the petitioner's stepchild, original marriage certificate, not applicable to me. Interview guidelines, sending documents to the embassy. So these are just things that you read just to acquaint yourself with what you need. Then security screening procedures, yeah. But basically that's it. So now I have all that and I just need to print them as hard copies and I'll be good to go. So if you want to get your DS260, what you do when you're on this CEAC account, then a website rather, this is where you get the DS260. When you're filling out the DS260, after you finished, they sent you an email saying, this is your DS260 confirmation, da. But it's hard. Some of us delete emails, some of us have waited almost 2 years. So it's hard to probably have that information. So if you don't have, you just go back to the account and you print or you request for another one to be sent to your email. Okay. In this case, we go to immigrant visa application. It's at the top. So on top here, you click immigrant visa application, the IV application. IV stands for immigrant visa. So you click that. So once you click that, it will show you all the applicants, yeah? And then you just click on view. Then once you click on view, you go up here and you click review. Okay, then once you click review, it will show you how you filled in this form, so you can just go through it. You keep going down, 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 down. When you're here, you press next. Go down, 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 down. You also press next. So you press next, next, next on review. Under review, you press next, next, next until you get to the confirmation page. So you're under review. So you keep going next, next, next until you get to confirmation. Then you click on confirmation and you can see this is where you have it. It's right here. You see? Then you choose what you want to do with the confirmation. If you have a printer in the house or you're at the cyber cafe, you can print it. If not, you can send this confirmation to yourself, to your email, and you have it on your email and you can print it anytime. I know sometimes it's so easy to lose this DS260 because maybe, like me, it takes you 2 years before you have the need to use it because maybe your embassy, is taking so long to give you an interview date. Yeah. So don't panic. Just do what I've shown you and you have it.